Hello, hello, hello. I am back with a mess. It's just like, and you guys may remember this. This is from a haul a few weeks ago. I can't remember. I think this was a Hobby Lobby where I picked up these. The Sizzix. I think it was one of the weeks when Hobby Lobby had these on sale. So, and I demoed these for you guys, but they've been just sitting there along with all of these leaves waiting to become something. So it's like, okay, hey, I need to get started, make some Thanksgiving cards, And I thought, you know what? I'm going to use these up. They've been like enticing me, like, come on, Meyer, come on, do something with us. So I'm, and you know how I say it, if you're going to make one, make five. I'm going to make more than that. So I'm literally with you guys right now. I'm going to wing it. I have not done a Wing It Wednesday in a long time. Problem is, it ain't going to be Wednesday when you see this. So either that or I sit on it until next week. I don't know, but it ain't Wednesday. I don't think it's going to make it to Wing It Wednesday. So we're going to wing it on the day it comes out. Okay. I pulled out a couple of more dies. I'm still working up, but I definitely am pulling out my Spellbinders with the Thankful. I know I want to use the Thankful for this one, although I have a bunch of others. And I have more plans for this than just this. I have a slim line. Where do you think? Where do you see what I have up my sleeve using this guy? And then these are the new leaves that I got from Hero Arts. But I mean, I have a ton of dies. I have a bunch of stuff here. I have also we'll see, because I also have my Thinlits from Tim Holtz. So we'll see which way we're going to go, and maybe we're going to use them at all. What I can tell you is I've already thought ahead. I already got my card bases cut ahead. They're all A2s. Although I really had my heart set on doing an A7, a 5x7, but this is like a 4x6. But we'll see, because I'm thinking I'm going to mat it, with the chocolate brown or another color. So when we cross this bridge, once I trim this down, we are going to see what happens. So what I'm going to do real quick is trim these panels down to size. Right now, you don't need to see that, on camera. Hello, everybody knows how to trim panels. So give me a second. I will be right back. So Peanut Gallery has shamed me because, he was listening to me. He's home early from work. Amazon, you owe me now. This is not a good thing suddenly. But he said, when I see like VNA and Jennifer, they'll demo one part of the grunt work and then, then go off camera and do the rest. And I went, okay, so you're going to see me trim off one of these panels just because, you never know. There might be one of you guys might be a newbie. But all I'm going to do is take off the edges and then possibly a little bit. So, in the grand scheme of things, darn it, if he's probably not right. Because I believe this comes out to 4x6 and a smidgen. It's like a really strange size that Tim came up with this embossing folder. I will admit it. I'm pretty sure it comes out 4 straight up. Whoops. When you trim it, and we'll find out, because these are 4 1/4, so it should come in. Yeah, so it's just a smidgen right inside the 4 1/4, which I can live with. So now, and it hurts me so much to take that little piece off. So if it's 5 1/2, and I just want that little smidgen of a border, so I'm going to go right between the 5 3/8, it was 7/8, or excuse me, 3/8, and the 5 1/2, just to end up. So let's see if that worked out for me. No, I need to take off a little, you can see, and nothing is perfect. Maybe I should have gone all the way to the 7/8 or 3/8, excuse me. So we're going to take off another, but I'm only going to take off a little sliver at a time, because that's how I roll. So he could have left me just do this. There we go. So now, can you guys see? I now got it to where I like it. So it's going to be, if you want to do it for an A2 card with the tiniest of little edge around there, we are talking 4, and on this trimmer, on mine, it's a little past an 1/8. It's not an 1/8, it's a little past an 1/8, and then on the length, it's going to be 5 and a little past, a smidge past the 3/8. Okay, so I'm going to take down my other 2 panels. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I've got them all trimmed down, and I may have to do a little bit further trimming. I checked one, and I still like the gold one. I had to trim it down a little bit to be able to fit it on the panel the way I liked it. But I realized that I have these 3 panels, and I originally I had this piece of gold, which is just about the same width, and I want to have a gold one because remember what we said, if I can make one card, why not make 5? Okay, so we'll settle for 4. So I wanted to, so some of you did not see how I embossed these. You may have not seen the other video, and I will link you down below to that video, but I can also show you here just to show you how these embossing folders work. And what I want you to know when you buy these, because I use my Big Shot, it's the one that I just fiddly fart with the most for things like this nature, but I'm gonna pull it out. If you pull out, when you pull out your folder, look at the inside of the paper. Right here, it's going to tell you your sandwich. So it'll tell you the sandwich, which will work with the Big Shot, and I believe also the Tim Holtz Vagabond. I think, and this one's probably a smaller version of it. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same thing, just a smaller version, right? Yep. So it will tell you exactly what your sandwich is going to be. And I've already figured it out on my machine because heaven forbid I should follow instructions, right? So I've got my gold paper, and this is just recollections paper that I bought last year during the, you know, one of who knows how many sales at Michael's. I mean, it's not terribly, you know, high expensive, you know, high quality, but there it is, foil cardstock paper. It does tend to curl a little bit, but I remember, I can't remember what, I may have paid like $2.50 for each one of these packs of 25 sheets. So hello. So I have like 4 packs, I believe is what I did. But I just wanted to show you guys how I went ahead and did this. And I'm looking, while I'm talking, I'm looking for my spritzer bottle. There it is. It's down here. I have a Tim Holtz, and I don't know what happened to my Tim Holtz spritzer bottle. There's a part of me that thinks it went in the trash because I can't find it. That one's really been missing for a while. So, I mean, it's foil on this side, but if you look in the back, it is cardstocky. So I went ahead, if I remember correctly, I went ahead, I won't show you because I'll be spraying the mat. I just spritzed a bit on the back just to loosen up the fibers a bit of this, just to get a better impression. And then all we do is lay down the paper. You know, I could go and try to save myself some trimming, or just say, oh bother. So let's see, I'm going to go a little bit more on the edge on this one now that I have the experience. Now for my Big Shot, my sandwich, because it's just a pain, and I'm going to take this apart further and just separate these layers, it's just my mat. And this is like, you know, old school because they don't even come like this anymore. But it's my my number 1 tab, then the folder. Let me just put it right in there, and then a plate where, okay, hang on. Ugh, I have to reach down to the floor. I put the plates right there next to me. So we'll just, did it stay in its folder lined up? Yeah, it went crooked. I had a feeling. And see, and it's still damp. So we're just going to leave it like that. And we'll put our plate on it. And then we're just going to run it through. And I just ran it forward, and then I just bring it right back to me. Oh, I can already tell. It's beautiful. And there you go. These folders, Tim Holtz's folders, these are amazing, these 3D folders. So I just wanted to show you real quick how that works. In case, so you don't have to now watch the video. You've had your handy dandy quick free demonstration. Now, let me trim this down. I'll be right back. I have returned. Okay, so I trimmed everybody down. I measured them all up, make sure everybody was pretty. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put one of these down right now, because that's all you need is one handy dandy demonstration. And you guys know I always use Big Mama, unless I'm using the other tape runner that you saw me using, or maybe you didn't see me using. I dug up this old tape trimmer. Let me try this again. Whatever, you know, this guy, I pulled it out of the recesses. I have a bunch of these from way back in the day, and I don't use them, and they've been just sitting there. And I'm like, why am I not using these up? So I did. That's what I did up. I used those to put together all of those 45 cards that I did with spellbinders, except for possibly the ones I demonstrated. So this really, all I'm doing is I'm just centering it down on my card with that little tiny, just that little sliver of margin. there you go. So I did one and I'll do the rest. But what I want to show you really, so I'll come back with the gold one, is on these guys, because they're not shiny, they're matte, they're just card. It screamed to me, I need to do something to them. So I've gone ahead, in fact, let me take them off. I'm going to take this foamy off. What I should have done is grab 2 of them. I'm going to distress them a little bit. I just want to ink up around the edges on these guys. So I'm just going to grab what was handy, which is my ground espresso. And we're going to hope that this doesn't backfire on me. But, because really all I'm going to do, I just want to go around the edge. But I think it's dark enough. And, you know, my go-to a lot of times when I'm doing this, especially with a brown, is Vintage Photo. But Vintage Photo is a kind of a reddy brown. And this, I think, is going to go very much play off against the edge. I just want to give it just a little bit. I just want to distress it a little bit just around the edges. I don't ink a lot. I used to ink a lot more than I do now, interesting enough. All right, let's just really load this guy up. But I just want to ink just around the edges. And really, I just need to get a little bit more sloppy. Okay, so, but there we just do that with my ground espresso, just to give it just, you know, right there, good enough. Doesn't have to be perfect, just has to be. And then we could just mount it down there, and I'm already liking it more. And it was just that you know, here it's a little bit more. It's just that just right amount of distressing and sloppy. So now give me a second. I'm going to come back and I'm going to use my brand new. I'm going to break out my Forest Moss. Maybe I'll just do it real quick with you guys here. Let's just break this out. I got these from, like I said, I try very much to support the one store I have like super close to me, which is Frank Garcia. And he's such a nice guy too. So it makes it easy to support him. So I always buy all my distresses from him. Whenever a new one comes out. Now let's see. This Forest Moss may not be dark enough, so we'll see. Oh no, let's see. If not, trust me, I have darker. So let's see. Because I just want. Okay, look, that looks dark. Let's use it. It doesn't look to me. I'm not seeing a lot. Now, mind you, this is like a brand new, so maybe I'm not getting enough. But I don't think it's dark enough. I'm not. I want it darker. So, I want it darker, so hang on a second, guys. Now I am going to be back. Let's go see what I got in the stash. Well, if you have enough ink pads, you're bound to find something that will work with what you need. And this is one of my Fun Stamper Journeys. This is green olive, excuse me, and it's dark. And it worked. I mean, I was testing out on the back side, so I'm like, okay, this is it. Is that the back side? Maybe that was the front side. No, this is it. So I'm just going to go around real quick. So lucky for me that I just, you know, once upon a time in another life, I was a journey coach. I don't have all of the inks. What kind of a coach was I, really? But I was more like a hobbyist. But I have a nice chunk of them, and I still have them. I have a ton of them. And they're good. I mean, we're talking about these ink pads are, you know, 5 years old. Kid you not. More than that, because this is before I met the Peanut Gallery. So they're like 6 or 7 years old, and I don't know that I've had to re-ink. There's only one I need to re-ink, and I think that's black licorice, and I think no whipped cream. The white one I use a lot. But other than that, they have held up really, really well. So just tossing that out there. You know why I'm tossing that out there? Because they're on huge sale right now on Spellbinders, and they're blowout. They're doing it's going to be on through this weekend. Their pre-blowout clearance, you know, sale before the holiday. I don't know what they're going to do next week, but. And these are on sale for, like, I see $3, little over $3. So if you need, I will say these are a hybrid ink, so they're not water reactive, but they're pretty good. So I mean, if you want to get, you know, pick up some cheap ones, then there you go. And so, okay, that's it. I could sit here for 3 hours inking forever. That's all. I just wanted to add a little ink to my matte backgrounds. Okay. So now give me a second. I'm going to put these cards real quick together, right? Okay, I am back with a bit of a mock-up and a change of scenery because I'm ready to start putting things together. I'm not entirely sure how happy I am with this, but I like it, and I'm like, and maybe it's just because I'm tired, right? So we're ready to put this together. I went ahead and went with my Thankful which is straight from the Spellbinders Fall Leaves collection. I don't know if this one's on sale or not. I got this one. Gosh, I don't remember if I ordered it straight from Spellbinders or if this is, which is this die right here, or if I got it from Hobby Lobby. So I'm going to take a look, and I will link you down below. I'll let you guys know, but because it might be part of the sale, it might not, because this is not a new, I don't think this is a new die, but I don't know for sure. So anyway, that's the one I used. I've already die cut a couple of these, and I realized I thought I had poked the circles out because I'm going to stack them to stiffen them up. So I'm going to take my new little handy dandy pokey tool. This just arrived, and I couldn't help it. I went ahead and opened it and didn't do a mail call. Don't hate me, guys. But I got this. This is from Maker's Forte, and Hedgehog Hollow. Alexandra is this is her first outing on HSN, so I went ahead and picked this up. So on one side, obviously it's the pokey tool, but look how pretty it is, and it's solid. It has a really good balance. And then on the other side is the little pickup, you know, your pickup tool. And I messed up. I went wonk too hard, and I broke the tip off because I'm a dingling. But it works just great. I'm in love with this thing. I'm fairly sure. You know, I'm like, so I'm going to play with it some more, but I will link you down below to where it is also on HSN. But oh, it's just pretty. And it just, I don't know. Like, what can I say? I'm like a magpie. It's like, ooh, sparkly. All right, now where's my favorite glue? Come here, Mr. Bear. And we're going to glue our, as always, you guys see me, I just put always a puddle down. And just so that I can pick up the glue, and we'll just glue these two layers first together. Where are the tweezers? Because this is why I was missing my tweezers so much the other day. Although I don't think you guys have seen that video, so you have no idea what I'm talking about. You will. But this is they went missing for a few hours. They really weren't missing. They were just hanging on my cup where they always are, how I always have them. Problem was I had turned the cup around. I'm just like, oh, Lord have mercy. I'm getting old, guys. That's just it. Premature senility is setting in. It's kind of like what I tell my daughters. For all of you young ones that might be watching, don't get old. Don't do it. Getting old is not for the faint of heart. Is that something? No, it's not. You just don't. Ugh. There we go. So actually it came again. When you put these together, if you line up the front, like I said, you line up the back seat, everything follows. Or excuse me, the front seat, everything follows. It's like when I was out this weekend with friends, they were saying, well, are you okay with doing this? And I go, hey, you know, the back seat goes where the front seat goes. I'm good. So there we go. Put that in correctly, so hopefully I don't have the clogging problems I had the other day with that. I had to literally like take the lid apart. And it was my fault, so it's not like it was defective. The defective one is moi. There you go. Okay, now, and we'll lay that down really quick. And just let me unsmear that, or it was a smear of glue on top. And the problem with it, it does dry clear. It's all great and wonderful. The problem is that it dries matte, which is not such a great thing if you're working with something that's shiny. You don't want something that's dried matte on something that is all shiny. There we go. But that came together really, really nicely. Now, where is my, holy mackerel, where is my wet wipes? Oh, they're right in front of me. Good Lord. I'm that literally to the last one. This one is going to be thrown in the trash soon, probably after I finish this project. Okay, we'll put it here where I'm usually looking for it. Okay, we'll move these. See what I'm talking about? When with these, it's like, oh my gosh, the mat. I love this mat because things stay. I hate this mat because things stay. Now I'm going to, there's a part of me that wants to do some dimensionalizing, but I'm not thinking I will, because they dimensionalize themselves just by the fact that they're stacked up, and then I still have to glue this down. So I'm going to kind of leave well enough alone. I'm going to And I'm going to go in, no, I'll go in this way. So we're just going to go ahead. I'm going to grab my Barely Art. I'm just going to be generous right here, but only right there in the area that's really not going to be seen. Because I want it to let it go, kind of pick, elevate itself if it wants to. If it wants to fly and be free, I'm not going to stop it. Oops. Well, that's not what I intended, but because now but there we go. I fixed that. So we're just going to go in and just put some glue down. And we'll screw that in right there. Press. There we go. And it's dry. It gives, it is pretty quick drying. It just gives you a few more seconds, though, of playtime, and sometimes you need that. And there we go. Yeah. Actually, they're higher than I wanted them to be. But I can fix that because I have playtime. Let me make sure. There we go. And we'll put our thankful right down there. So then all I have to do is glue the orange one, or copper one. And it is taking a little bit, it does take longer to glue, to hold. And this one I do have to hold down. There we go. Woohoo! And then all we have to do is glue this one down. Oh, that's going to be fun. Okay. I'm going to lay down my little puddle right there. I'm laying it down thick because I'm going to want that glue to be thick. Just because I'm gluing it and it's on a dimensional surface. That surface is not just like the usual paper that we're working on. It's, very, very textured because of the embossing folder. So, and it wasn't just embossed. No, we used a 3D embossing folder. So it's kind of like go big or go home. Excuse me. All right. So now, and I've already picked up some glue where I don't want it to be. Where's my little, I don't know if this will work. Yep. I like my other one better, but I don't spot it. So there it is. This is the one I wanted. Well, lucky me that, is that K supposed to be? I'm going to straighten out the K. Whoops. But it looks correct. It looks good. I just want to go in here. Although I really don't have to. Again, here on the paper, it's not such an issue. But there you go. There is the first one, and I could make more, but I need to make more leaves too, so I have to cut out some more leaves. So I'm just gonna call it quits with this one, but I will come back in a minute and show you what else I come up with the other ones. Okay, so just hang around here. You're not gonna be waiting. You're not gonna know that you're gonna be waiting because I'll be right back with magic. But there you go. That's card number one. Okay, I'm back with the cards. I did make some more up. I used up my leaves. So this one's obviously the one that you saw me make up on camera that I may fiddly fart with, but I'll show you why I'm thinking that. But this is what I came up with, just using a different color green, same embossing folder, just the leaves, and just like laying them down, not being like really, really picky. This is the one I'm talking about. It came when I embossed the orange. It's like really in your face bright, so I wanted to dull it up. So I kind of channeled my inner mixed media and decided, let's see what we can do. So I pulled out stuff that I had stashed all over the place and came up with this. I dulled up the gold and I added a little bit of sparkly brown to it and added a couple of texture pastes I had to give that color to the leaves. Hopefully you can see it. And yeah, that's what I did. And then the gold again was also in your face bright. So all I've done to it is just hit it with the with just brown. I just went around and ran around the edges a bit with just some of my dark roast and then hit it in the middle, and it already took it off. And I probably will add some more of, just like I did here. I just haven't decided. But I just wanted to show you that there was, there is possibilities with just grabbing stuff that you have already, that you've probably bought and don't even remember you have. Trust me, I have expertise on this. But there you go, guys. I'm going to come back in a separate video because this one's long enough, and I'm going to show you really quickly, try to at least, my version of how I did this technique so that you guys can, if you like, then you can duplicate it too. But thanks a lot anyway for hanging out with me on this video. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up and drop me a note if you want to and say hi. And if you want to see more of my madness, please, by all means, subscribe and ding the bell. And when I'm back out here again. All right. Otherwise, just go out there and make something beautiful. Enjoy the process. Let the creativity take you, and don't stop yourself. Limit yourself by, oh, I don't know, because I did it, and I'm happy. I'm pleased that I did this. This is way out of my comfort zone. But on that note, remember, just that this is just my madness, okay? So remember, we're all a little mad here. So let's scrap the madness together, all right? I will talk to you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye.